What is up everybody, it's Sonara. Today I'd like to bring out what will most likely be the last life skill guide on my channel for a while. I want to thank each and every one of you for the support along the way, and by no means is this the end of my channel or bringing out other sorts of videos, by the way. Now let's get right into it. Today's guide will be all about Imperial Alchemy, Imperial Cooking, and Farming. I'd like to first mention that even with cooking and alchemy, just like processing, I put zero silver investment except for crystals and the vendor materials like mineral water, salt, sugar, etc. The best way to get 1 second cooking time is to get a +3 cook's clothes, buy the Knape cash outfit, use Teft sandwich, a sharp alchemy stone of life, and use advanced cooking utensils. For alchemy, there is no cash up costume to decrease alchemy time, so you'll be stuck with 3 seconds alchemy time unfortunately. The only tedious parts in my opinion are the sharp alchemy stone and advanced utensils. Both in the end are worth the effort and time investment. In my first two guides I briefly detailed what crafts you should make and what Imperial cooking and alchemy was all about. Some of the crafts I do have changed, some remain the same, and some different than what I do simply because crafts like honey wine are better to make for a new player to get CP quicker, but do not make the most profit per box with materials such as cooking honey. Honey wine requires you to first make essence of liquor, which means more crafts, which in the end means more CP turn-ins. Most go a step further and overstock essence of liquor to get CP even faster. I wouldn't recommend this, however, unless you are perfectly fine with making even less profit per box by buying cooking honey off the market, or are perfectly fine with having loads of extra essence of liquor sitting in your storage. Speaking for best profit per box, for Imperial cooking crafts, I'd recommend making tea with fine scent, boiled bird eggs, omelets, fruit pudding, fried fish, seafood pasta, meat stew, and meat pie. Fruit pudding requires milk, which I only get from the byproducts with all the cooking I already do. Seafood pasta and fried fish are limited by worker collection with the low rate of fish gathered by the nodes. Meat stew and meat pie are limited by the amount of meat you gather. Boiled bird eggs and omelets are limited by the amount of eggs through worker collection. Tea with fine scent is limited by the amount of cooking honey through worker collection, and there's one more detail about tea with fine scent, which goes into my next topic, farming. Tea with fine scent also requires sunflowers. High quality sunflowers are the best to farm in this case because of the high yield compared to special sunflowers, and the fact you still only need one high quality sunflower per craft. Farming is great, but only worth it if you can harvest your farms 3 times a day, have 270 plus contribution points, do pay to win lodging, do pay to win for all of your storage slots, and are using the sunflowers and any strawberries needed solely used in conjunction with cooking. Also, unless you're at 350 plus CP, I would recommend getting the 10 4-slot farms simply because they're the most efficient way to spend your CP for farming, and are way more than you'll even need if you're not buying materials off the market. I started out farming with 40 regular strawberry seeds and 40 regular sunflower seeds. I only bred them until I got 40 of each high quality seeds. When you get all high quality seeds, you'll want to breed half and harvest half. Another thing I should mention about farming is that I find it more viable to send 10 green workers from Heidel to my farms just north of the city. Sending workers means very little farming XP and no hards or sharps, but for me personally, that's completely fine. As said earlier, you want to do high quality sunflowers for tea with fine scent, and you want to do high quality strawberries as needed for the fruit portion of tea with fine scent. I say as needed because half, if not more than half of the fruit will come from the Costa Farm grape node. You want to do special strawberries for fruit pudding, you want to do special strawberries because this craft, it'll take 5 regular strawberries or 2 high quality strawberries for 1 craft. Since it'll take 2 high qualities, it's more efficient to use 1 special strawberry instead. Now let's move on to alchemy. The crafts I would recommend doing are Fishers and Workers elixirs for sturdy alchemy boxes, Mentality elixirs, Seal elixirs, and some complementary crafts are Demi-Human Hunt elixirs and Clear Liquid / Pure Powder reagent for Apprentice's alchemy boxes. I say complementary crafts because you'll only want to do these 2 extra recipes if you are short on things like Traces of Ascension, which are used for Wise Man's Blood to supply Fisher's elixirs, or if you have extra weeds to make pure powder reagents. For Apprentice boxes, if you go the route of Demi-Human elixirs, you'll want to invest silver into crystals, or get them in the open world at bosses or places like Abandoned Iron Mine, to then grind them into blackstone powder. Sturdy boxes will be limited by the Trace of Ascension through Worker Collection, or if you grind thousands. Mentality elixirs will be limited by the Ash Sap through Worker Collection. Seal elixirs will be limited by the Birch Sap through Worker Collection. Apprentice boxes will be limited by the weeds through gathering, or if you choose, off the marketplace. Lastly, Demi-Human elixirs will be limited by the Fur Sap or by the amount of blackstone powder you choose to invest in. Now that I've gone over what to craft, I'll go over what to do with them. Will you be selling them on the market? No. You will be making them into boxes through Imperial Cuisine packing or Imperial Alchemy packing. You'll then sell them at an Imperial Crafting Delivery NPC, which are located in Ovia, Calphian, Hydel, Altanova, and Valencia. A couple things to note about Imperial Crafting Delivery is that each channel and each city has a max limit of sale per each different box. This limit has a chance to reset every few hours. On top of the box limit, there is also a daily limit, which is equal to 1/2 of your total CP, which resets at 8 PM EST, and the total limit is shared by both Imperial Cuisine and Imperial Alchemy sales. The boxes weigh 80 LT, so they are quite heavy. A tip I'd recommend is to make several of each box in every city with an Imperial Crafting Delivery NPC, so you can easily reach your daily limit every day until you need to stockpile more, and that's for cooking and alchemy. I'll include links in the descriptions below that will help with recipes, and another for tracking Imperial resets and daily resets. I'll also be including a link to my Google spreadsheet for profits with the crafts I do. This spreadsheet also includes my processing and trading profits, as well as an unfinished node chart that I have no estimate for its completion. That's it for now, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, as always, please like, comment, and/or subscribe to the channel. I'll see you all next time.